Hey Browns fans! We're on a tough three-game losing streak, and things aren't looking good, especially for our defense. We have a lot to cover, but before we dive into today's breaking news, be sure to hit that like button so you don't miss any updates on the Cleveland Browns. We have a lot to cover, especially as we prepare for a big game against the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday. Now, let's get started. The Browns are on a tough three-game losing streak, and things aren't looking good for our defense heading into Week 6. Pro Bowl cornerback Denzel Ward, one of the key players on our defense, didn't practice for the second day in a row. He's dealing with a hamstring injury he suffered during last week's game against the Washington Commanders. If you were watching, you may have noticed that Ward went down in the third quarter and didn't return to the field after that. This is a huge blow, especially with the Eagles coming to town. Philly's offense is no joke, and we really need our best guys on defense to be healthy. Ward's absence could be a big problem, and the Browns know it. They made a move this week to prepare for what could be a Ward-less defense on Sunday. The Browns have officially signed veteran cornerback Troy Brown II to the active roster. This may not be a name that jumps out at everyone, but for those paying attention, Brown has been promoted from the practice squad 3 times this season, which is the maximum number of call-ups a player can have before needing to be added to the main roster. With Ward's status still up in the air, it's clear the Browns are taking precautions in bringing in Brown to fill that void. So who is Troy Brown II? The 29-year-old cornerback has been with the Browns since late August after being cut by the Colts before the start of the regular season. So far this year, he's made his presence felt in 3 games with 3 tackles and even forced a fumble. He struggled on special teams, but now he has a real chance to step up and help the defense on Sunday. Brown is no stranger to the NFL either. He spent the past 2 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts, where he played as a backup and contributed primarily on special teams. While his stats may not scream game changer, don't underestimate him. In Indianapolis, he racked up 17 tackles, 1 pass deflection, 1 sack, and 1 quarterback hit. He has experience, and that could be crucial for us, especially if Ward is unable to play on Sunday. Now, here's the thing. Losing a guy like Denzel Ward is never easy. He's a Pro Bowler for a reason, and his ability to block top receivers is what makes him such a critical part of our defense. But as much as we'll miss him, the Browns are banking on Troy Brown II to step up. It's all about the next man-up mentality in the NFL, and this could be Brown's chance to show what he's made of. Of course, that doesn't mean our defense won't have its work cut out for it against the Eagles. Philadelphia's offense is strong, and if Ward is sidelined, our secondary defense will have to step up. Guys like Greg Newsome II and Martin Emerson Jr. will need to step up their game, and Troy Brown II could see significant snaps if Ward isn't cleared by game day. So, Browns fans, what do you think? Can Troy Brown II fill the void left by Denzel Ward if he's out? Will our defense be able to handle Philadelphia's high-powered offense? Let me know what you think in the comments below. The Browns are 1-4 right now, and let's be honest, that's not where anyone wanted to be when the season started. We're heading into Week 6, and it's our 3rd straight road game. But despite the challenges and a tough 3-game losing streak, the guys in that locker room aren't letting that get in the way of their focus. They know how important this game is, and there's a real sense of urgency to turn things around. Joel Bitonio, our veteran left guard, said it best this week, "There's definitely urgency. I won't say panic, but we're urgent. We need to be as urgent as possible because it's a big game for us." Bitonio has been with the Browns since 2014, and this Sunday he's set to make his 150th start. It's an incredible milestone, but Joel isn't celebrating just yet. His mind is focused on one thing, winning in Philadelphia and ending this skid. Bitonio has been through it all with this team. He's been on playoff runs in 2020 and 2023, and also on teams that, well, didn't win much. He came into the league learning from 2 legends, Joe Thomas and Alex Mack, and now he's the veteran teaching the next generation. This season, he's been a mentor to rookie right guard Zach Zinter, who had to step up after Wyatt Teller went down in Week 3. Joel has been sharing his knowledge with Zinter, helping him understand the game at a higher level. He's been breaking down film, giving him tips and really guiding him through the transition to a starting role. Bitonio said, I just try to write down my key points for each game and share them with him. It's all part of building that winning mentality, but underneath it all, you can see how much Bitonio just wants to win. He's in his 11th year, and for him, it's all about adding more wins to his resume. You want to win games. That's why you play the game. I'm in my 11th year. I've done everything I've needed to do in my career. I just want to win, he said. But let's face it, winning in the NFL isn't easy. Sometimes it takes a while for it all to make sense. Defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz made an interesting analogy this week when talking about the Browns' recent struggles. He mentioned the 2024 New York Mets, who at one point were 9 games under .500 in June but found their way to the National League Championship Series. Schwartz said they were able to find a way through with some intentionality. And their best players started playing their best. That's what we need to do, get our best players to play their best, and the wins will come. And that's really the vibe in the locker room right now. Everyone knows things need to get better, but they're focusing on what they can control, taking it one game at a time, one day at a time. Bitonio, Schwartz, and the other veterans are emphasizing the importance of focusing on the day-to-day grind, not getting caught up in the big picture. Schwartz talked about how sports reward perseverance and hard work, saying, there's a lot of lessons to be learned in sports. Rewarding perseverance, rewarding intentionality, rewarding culture, rewarding people with track records coming out of things and avoiding overreactions. It's a long season, Browns fans, and while the start has been tough, there's still time to right the ship. Now, let's talk about the offense for a minute. It's been a struggle, to say the least. We haven't scored more than 20 points in a game yet this season, and the guys are hungry to change that narrative. Offensive coordinator Ken Dorsey knows it, too. He said this week that the key to success on Sunday is simple, hard work and execution. Dorsey explained, no one's going to feel sorry for you. You've got to come out and grind, you've got to work. You have to put yourself in position during the week to go out and have success. That's exactly what the Browns are trying to do. They're grinding, putting in the work, and making sure they're ready for Sunday's showdown in Philly. We're up against a tough Eagles team, no doubt about it, but this is the kind of game that can spark a turnaround. The guys in that locker room believe it, and we should, too. All right, Browns fans, it's your turn. What do you think? Can Joel Bitonio and the rest of the team break this losing streak and get back on track with a win against the Eagles? What do you think about Bitonio's leadership and his impact on the younger players like Zach Zinter? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget, if you haven't already, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a Browns update. Let's keep the faith, Browns fans, and as always, go Browns!